Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. Thank you for joining me for another session of the Synchronized Global Prayer, Vishwa Yoga Prarthana. A very wonderful opportunity for all of us to connect, reconnect, and come together in the spirit of yoga, the spirit of unity. Yoga is about the unitive principle of the universe. When that unitive principle starts to flow through us, at that point, yoga comes alive in us. It is not about doing yoga, not at all. It's about yoga coming alive in us. When yoga comes alive in every cell of us, at that point, we truly start to live our life as we are to live it, as a human being. We have been fortunate to be given this human life. So fortunate. Can we have the responsibility to make sure we live as a human being, manifesting our humanity, caring and sharing with others, especially those who cannot even communicate through our language, especially the animals. Can we have compassion? Can we have empathy? Can we have heartfulness for all life forms? Well, sometimes it's a bit tough when a mosquito is biting you. How do you have compassion for that mosquito? Well, my yoga research mentor, Madan Mohanji, he used to have a way about that. He talked about ahimsa. And someday we'll start talking about these concepts which are so deep. People think, oh, no, non-violence. Yeah, I'm non-violent because I don't kill anybody. How many people you have killed with your thoughts? How many people have been harmed by your emotional volatility? How many people have been hurt through your mental voyeurism and your mental sadomasochistic tendencies? Just because you haven't killed somebody and not gone to jail for it doesn't mean you are a non-violent person. You know, when Madan Mohan sir used to talk about this, he said, well, you know, when a mosquito is biting you, and I sort of agree with this, a mosquito is fine when it's on its own. I am not going after it to kill it. But when it comes into my territory and bites me, now it is in my territory. It is like when we have rats in the ashram. I am not going out catching rats, but if they come into my space and start eating what I have in my place, they have now invaded my space and I have to do something. So it's a much bigger picture. But speaking about life forms, Madan Mohan sir used to say, when a mosquito bites you, you can kill it non-violently. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate mail today. You can kill a mosquito non-violently by saying, dear mosquito, thank you for coming into my life and sucking my blood, but now I am going to help you go on your evolutionary journey and transcend being a mosquito. Hari Om Tat Sat. It's actually a very good idea, okay, in one way. See, I'm making it a joke, but actually the thing is, violence is not in the action. Violence is a lot in the intent. And that is why when one of the judges, an Indian system, we still have the death penalty, and different countries have issues on that. I'm not getting into that. But when the judge is delivering the death penalty, he is doing what is to be done in that context. And that is why it is not violence. So one has to be a bit careful here. I'm sorry to go on to this. It's a totally different track, but coming back, having compassion for every life form, making sure that we live a life that is minimally destructive to the planet. Now, in order to live, we may have to eat things, we may have to use things, so there will be some destruction. By being human, there will be some distraction. Can we keep it to the minimal level? That is the question. Minimalism is very important here. And that is what is the yogic attitude. Use the minimum you need. Reduce is a very, very important message in yoga. And I think over the last 2 months, all over the world, we have realized how much we have been overusing. The very fact that in 2 months, I haven't gone out to buy a new pair of clothes means that I don't need a new pair of clothes. That's why you keep on seeing me in the same clothes all the time. And when I'm looking at my videos this morning, I was looking at the hundreds of videos on my computer and rearranging them. And I was like, oh my God, I can't even identify which one it is because I look the same in all of them. But we don't need a new wardrobe every week. And that is why the yogic attitude is reduce, reuse. And again, respect is a very important R in that whole sequence that is missing. Indian culture had reverence, respect for nature. And if you respect something, most probably you will not harm it. Enough of my rant for the morning. Let's go straight into the Brahmari Pranayama. 27 rounds of this amazing practice. Breathing out. Begin to contemplate what is being experienced by you on the inside. Be mindful, be aware, be conscious of the inner world and experiences that are manifesting from within. A beautiful journey facing inward, Antarmukha Yatra, enabling us to know ourselves better, understand ourselves better. A beautiful sense of harmony, wellness, wholesomeness, ease, calm, peace manifesting from within. A sense of we being our own self, connecting to the self. A strong connection to that part of us that is an integral part of the whole universe. That connection between the microcosm that is us and the macrocosm that is the universe getting strengthened by our mindfulness. in deep contemplation, we realize that the universe and us are one and the same. The great Siddhas of Tamil culture, those master yogis who had attained the highest level of Siddhi, have given us beautiful teachings of the connection between the cosmos, which is called Andam, and the individual separate existence called the Pindam. The Pindam that often refers to the body, and Andam to the mind and the psyche also. And they have told us, Andathil ullade Pindam, Pindathil ullade Andam, Andathil ullade Pindam, Pindathil ullade Andam. அண்டமும் பிண்டமும் ஒன்றே, அண்டமும் பிண்டமும் ஒன்றே, அறிந்து தான் பார்க்கும் போது. அண்டமும் பிண்டமும் ஒன்றே, அறிந்து தான் பார்க்கும் போது. அண்டத்தில் உள்ளதே பிண்டம், பிண்டத்தில் உள்ளதே அண்டம். அண்டமும் பிண்டமும் ஒன்றே, அறிந்து தான் பார்க்கும் போது. அண்டமும் பிண்டமும் ஒன்றே, அறிந்து தான் பார்க்கும் போது. Beautiful teachings of the oneness between the Andam, the cosmos, and the Pindam, the individual. The microcosm and the macrocosm are one and the same. And in the deepest state of contemplation, we realize that unity. Begin to rub your palms together, generating a nice warmth, placing it over your eyes, forehead and the head. Beautiful breeze blowing around here. Nice morning with the breeze. Nature definitely in a much better state than earlier. Let's bring our hands together in our sankalpa. With all our collective power of peace, we overcome COVID-19. With all our collective power of peace, we overcome COVID-19. With all our collective power of peace, we overcome COVID-19. With all our collective power of peace, we overcome COVID-19. With all our collective power of peace, we overcome COVID-19. With all our collective power of peace, we overcome COVID-19. With all our collective power of peace, we overcome COVID-19. With all our collective power of peace, we overcome COVID-19. With all our collective power of peace, we overcome COVID-19. With all our collective power of peace, we overcome COVID-19. Let us express our gratitude, our appreciation for each and every one who's doing the best for humanity. Those amazing frontline warriors, the medical, the paramedical, the sanitation, the law enforcers who are struggling to deal with us human beings who are not used to being locked up. So many of us behaving like caged animals and having to deal with us in as human a way as possible. People putting their lives on the line for the sake of humanity. People who are helping those who need help. People who are reaching out physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, financially, and spiritually to other beings on this planet, supporting each other in this big chain of humanity at this moment. Each and every one who is consciously making an attempt to transform humanity into the best possible version of itself, Humanity 2020. Everyone who's doing their bit, every bit counts, every drop counts in the ocean. And that is why let us cheer them on. Mudita Punya, as Patanjali tells us so beautifully, the Maharishi Patanjali, that great mind. He's not from the past, he's from the future. He's a time traveler. And that is why Patanjali's teachings, my dear Maharishi Patanjali's teachings, are so timeless, because he is a time traveler. A being from the future who went into the past and gives us the teachings that are as relevant today as they have ever been, and will always be relevant as long as we humans exist on this planet. Beautiful teachings. Mudita Punya, be cheerful towards those who are trying to do the right thing. Cheer them on. Be the cheerleader team for humanity. Let's close with the Shanti Mantra. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu sarve janaha sukhino bhavantu. Om Shantihi Shantihi Shantihi. Om. Thank you for being with me. It's highly valued, appreciated, and it means a lot to me to have you all with me. Let's do our best. That's in our hand. Be the best you that you can be, and be blessed, and may you always be a blessing wherever you are. Hari Om Tat Sat.